Hello, Umut here. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to work on my art journal. Here it is with all the bulk that I have already. I just protected my pages back and front with these paper towels, and I'm going to create another flower fairy page because you seem to like this one a lot and I enjoyed making it quite a lot. So I'm going to create another one with my scrapbook papers that I got in my stash with flower fairies. I love these papers. They are from 49 and market. It must be out of stock now because I bought these quite a while ago, but I didn't use, so I'm going to use them now. I'm sure there are loads of scrapbook papers out there with flowers or flower fairies, so you can find wherever you are. I just fussy cut all these my flower fairy and all the other flowers, and I'm going to set them aside to create my background. Today I'm using my color bloom sprays from Prima and distress oxide sprays from Ranger, and I just wrote the colors that I am going to use on the screen for you. I have this stencil from Hero Arts. I'll just show the name to you on screen. You can pause and see if you want to get it. I don't know if it's still available, but you can search. I'm going to put it and use the same technique I used before. This is Distress Resist Spray. I clogged its own nozzle by leaving it without cleaning, I think. I'm not sure. So I changed the nozzle with another spray that I had. It works quite fine, and I'm going to be really careful now. So I'm just spraying with the clouds on. When I dry it, it's going to stay to resist the other sprays or other mediums that I'm going to use on top. So now I'm going to start spraying. This is again from Prima Color Bloom, and they have a shimmer to them. So they are kind of mica sprays, but it's very subtle, the shimmer. And this tea stain is one of my favorite colors because it's like a vintage gold color when you spray, but you cannot tell from the name. I was quite surprised as well, but it gives, because it's colorful, because its color is sort of a beige color, because it has a shimmer, it looks like gold, a very subtle gold, which I love. And as you see, because I had distress resist, all these beautiful clouds and the stars and everything is showing at the back, and they are resisting the sprays that I am using. And this is also another one, the dried marigold one, and the one before I used was antique linen. I'm also activating everything with water, and then I'm going to leave it to dry. It looks like this after it's dry, and I'm going to help my background come through with a dry paper towel. I'm going to just wipe it off from the surface. As you see, in my sprays are coming off from this part of the surface, and there is a subtle background coming through, which I love. Because it's not perfect, it looks so natural, and it looks very interesting. I love this technique, and I hope you can see the little shimmer, and there is this chalky finish from the distress, which makes it really original. I'm going to stick down my images, but before I do, as always, let's not forget to go around the edges with black marker, because then you don't have white edges and your images don't look like they are cut. And I am using my matte medium to stick down the images. I'm using a dry brush, and I'm not fiddling around too much because the sprays are water based and they can move. I have another paper, scrapbook paper here from 13 Arts. It's called His and Hers. Again, they have been in my stash forever, so I just wanted to use them. And I cut down these beautiful feathers that goes with my project in terms of color. And I prepared my sentiment, the stamps for the sentiment, this little alphabet set from Dovecraft, and the other one is from Inka Dinka Do. Again, these are quite old alphabet sets that I had. Today's sentiment is actually a poem that I came across in Instagram, and I'm going to, of course, quote the poet. She's called Pavana, and I really love this poem when I read, and it's so true. It's some days I am the flower, some days I am the rain. It's so true. Some days are just not as good as the others, that we feel down, and there are some things that don't go right, but we shouldn't forget that there will always be a flower coming out of the rain or the sun. So I just love this poem and wanted to art journal with this sentiment. If we don't have downs, we don't the ups and the happy days don't mean too much. We learn from them and move on, learn, and have better days. So to give shadows to my project, this time I wanted to use my pencils from Derwent. These are pencils that activate with water. They are called ink tents. And because I had sprays at the background, I thought it could be better to use a water soluble tool to do my shadows. So I'm just going around my flower girl and the other flowers with this pencil, and I have my water brush to activate so that around the images it's darker, which makes it more have more depth and look more natural. Of course, you can use any tool that you want to use. I did white splashes watering down my gesso as well, and I'm going to go around the edges with my gelato in brown to just create a darker border. Also, you saw that when I stamped flower and rain, there were little dots in that alphabet, which I filled with my white gel pen to make them more visible. I love that alphabet, the curls that the letters have and the dots. If you have scrapbook papers that you can't use because they are too beautiful, please take them out and use them, because you see here I was saving it for years and years, and look how beautiful it looks. I'm really happy I used them. And finally I'm going to do some dark brown splashes as well, to have more harmony on my project, and also it gives an energy that I like. And I think I will call this done. It's really simple but beautiful. A few scrapbook papers, colors, and the background, the subtle background there with the distress resist, I love. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a comment, like, or subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to check out my Instagram page where I share my projects before YouTube sometimes, and also share other things from my life. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.